Nepotism corruption, check by Gen Z movement, Nepal burns. Nepal is burning. To save herself from the treacherous torchbearers of the country, wrapped under the covers of corruptions and nepotism. Fed up with the atrocities of corrupt leaders and also the soaring inflation, the youth wings of Nepal, namely, Gen 7 couldn't resist the ongoing atrocities for long. And finally, they took to the streets of Kathmandu, the capital city of Nepal, to protest against the government. The protest turned so violent that it went beyond the control of the state forces, leading to even setting ablaze of even the parliament of Nepal and the Prime Minister's residence. Hello friends, on 8th of September 2025, the recent protests in Nepal, led by the Gen Z movement, sparked by the government's decision to block major social media platforms Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, Google, so on. These social media platforms were mandated by the Supreme Court of Nepal to register with the government if they wanted to operate in the country. The court also directed to have a check on the undesirable contents being published leading to misinformation, none registered except the TikTok, and hence a resultant ban on these platforms. The ban of social media provoked a sudden chaos among the youths as there arose a feeling of attack on their freedom of natural justice. This resulted into devastating outbreak of demonstration and protest continuously for 3 days. The demonstrations quickly escalated into a broader anti-government movement, with protesters demanding an end to corruption, greater accountability and transparency in governance. The protests turned violent, resulting in clashes between security forces and demonstrators. Many people lost their lives, including an Indian national, and many were injured. The anger among the youths was so intense that they even left no stone unturned for causing loss to even the Parliament building, resident of Prime Minister, government buildings, politicians' homes, and public properties to vandalize and set ablaze. On September 9th and 10th, protests turned even more violent, with clashes between security forces and demonstrators resulting in casualties and injuries. On September 11th, the Prime Minister resigns and amid mounting escalations, gets absconded and his whereabouts are still unknown to many. On September 12th, reports from Nepal police confirms a toll of 51 deaths and nearly 1,700 injuries in the protests. Ambulance over there. Now let us understand who are Gen 7. The term Gen refers to generation. In a word, referring to the youth population of Nepal, having no relation to any of the major political parties, under the guidance of an NGO for social movement, the Generation 7. In short, Gen 7 emerged with the culmination of the youths of the country. Going back to the history of Nepal, we get to know that it spans to thousands of years dating back to Paleolithic age, ranging from ancient Nepal's tribes of Kirat of Licchavi dynasty to medieval Nepal of Malla dynasty, and then to the unification of Nepal in the late 18th century by Prithvi Narayan Shah, a Gorkha king, established the Shah dynasty that ruled until the year 2008. Since 2008, Nepal continued to evolve as a democratic country, leaving the monarchy form of government as history. The country had adopted a new constitution since then, strengthening the democracy. Amidst all these chaos, another theory evolves silently, whether the democratic setup is losing its charm before the monarchical form of government that dominated for centuries in Nepal, and that the actual reason behind the curtain for triggering the violence may not be rejected. Till 12th of September, the situation in Nepal remains tense, with the government and protesters engaging in dialogue to find a peaceful resolution. However, the outcome remains uncertain, and the situation continues to remain unfold amidst negotiations to appoint the former Lady Chief Justice of Nepal's Supreme Court as the country's first women Prime Minister ever.
Formation of the interim government here in Nepal is almost imminent. There have been hectic negotiations that have been underway. Sushila Karki, the former Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Nepal, could be becoming the first female Prime Minister of Nepal. Even though it's an interim government, it's a big, massive mandate that the youth and the Gen Z of Nepal have given her. But the announcement might happen soon. But we have with us a journalist here at the Reporters Club in Kathmandu to help us explain what's happening right now. Prince Mishra, thank you very much for joining us. You've been covering and traveling all across Kathmandu to get people the latest updates.
Of course, Aditya, whatever scenario is going on in Kathmandu, we are so much devastated, and we are also a panic because the whole country is at the panic moment right now, and we hope that Nepal must go through an interim government right now. Especially you have taken a name like Sushila Karki and Balen Saha.
As of recent until yesterday, the Nepal army took control of key government buildings and infrastructure and arrested 27 individuals for looting and arson. The situation remains tense, with protesters demanding fresh elections and accountability from the government. As Nepal navigates this crisis, the international community watches closely, hoping for a peaceful resolution and restoration of stability in the country.
If you appreciate our video and its mission, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Your support goes a long way in raising awareness for our cause. We invite you to visit our NGO, CAS, by searching for us on Google. If you find value in our work, we would love for you to rate us with a 5-star review. Every positive rating helps us reach more people who care about animal welfare. Additionally, don't forget to explore our website for more updates and ways to get involved. Subscribe to stay informed about our latest initiatives and events. If you're passionate about animal welfare, consider reaching out. You can contact us via phone or email at snickhat2016@gmail.com or jurmiralablair@gmail.com. Together, we can create a better world for our furry friends.